year we'll be celebrating or commemorating Origin Day, the Stolen Generation. And the Stolen Generation was about children taken away from their families. Whilst everybody profounds that we should go and take the children away from the refugees, is this fair now, understanding the consequences, what happened to that stolen generation and the position that we are now with them? So how do we deal with that?
I just want to clarify that the Greens policy is to remove all children and their families from detention. Yes, I'm fully aware that 26th of May is National Sorry Day. I fear that we will, in generations to come, look back on these days and realise that we have created yet another generation full of traumatised people. In fact, one of the other things the Greens have suggested is a royal commission into the handling of refugees and asylum seekers in order to provide some kind of redress for what's happening now in our land.
I just add some information about Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. The Australian Red Cross, I mentioned earlier, we launched our inaugural vulnerability report. It's about asylum seekers. But 2 weeks ago, we have a second vulnerability report. And this report is called Rethinking Justice. The whole report is dedicated to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. And I invite you, it's on the website, in the Australian Red Cross website, we have a very special chapter talk about the stolen generation. And rather than I reading out, because I think it's too much time for everybody else, I invite you to read and then come back to me anytime if you've got further suggestions and we can help you. This is Australian Red Cross called the second vulnerability report on justice. Thank you.
Sam, I understand what you're saying. I've lived on Aboriginal communities. I can speak Pitjantjatjara, so I understand my grandmother was Aboriginal. So it does concern me that we're doing exactly the same now what we did before. So we make up refugees. The stolen generation were refugees in their own right. So,
Is it that your question is that are we repeating the same mistake as we did earlier, or you are comparing it with the refugees issue as well?
It's the same
I think that it's simply asking that, is it not, what's your opinion, that are we repeating the same mistake as we did some, early years? So, what's your opinion?
Certainly we're institutionalising people, and that's not good, and that's adding to the trauma when they've had a history of trauma beforehand. I absolutely agree that children shouldn't be in detention, but they can't be alone in the community as well. The families have to be with them. So no, we don't want to have more and more generations of traumatised people, and what we did to the stolen generation is unforgivable. And we're doing this with our eyes open. That's what's so wrong.
I think that one of the discussions which has recently popped up is because of a very late kind of introduced policy that children are still being taken away from some of the families of Aboriginal families just because that the government, or there are some indications, or there are indications that the family will not be able to bring up the kid in the way Australian values are, or there will be problems with the brought up of the kids just because of the constraints, alcoholism and all those kind of things. And I remember, and he's a good friend of Forum Australia, Jack Waterford. He has written a couple of articles, on this particular issue and on refugees issue as well, where he says that was it not enough that we made a mistake once in the past? And whenever you see, unfortunately, the reports on the gap working of the government, that how to close up the gap and all that, we still ashamedly fall short of where we should have been because the policies we believe in are working good, right? But still the things, and my input as an independent, not from Forum Australia or anything, is that, I mean, mother is a figure which you never can replace. And if you just take away a child right from the day one or immediately, after a few weeks from a mother, even though you feed the best in the world to that child and you bring each and everything possible for the brought up of that child, right, you can never replace a mother. And that's what mine is.
Thank you for your question. We've got one